Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're doing this right here. This is another one. As you can see here, it has the noise canceling microphones. It has water resistance, a secure fit, 6 hours of battery life. This one is the E1. Now, as you can see, very good with the documentation. You get tons of documentation. You get QR codes, making it very simple to just go to the website. Inside the box is just this, because there's no ear tips with either one of these. This one is kind of like a Galaxy Bud style-esque, which I've never used. I've never used the Galaxy Buds, so I use the older kind that you stuck in your ear, but not the newer Jelly Bean kind. So you open that up, and there inside you have the two dots. It's looking and searching. Take these out, and what an unusual shape. So you have that, and this goes in your ear, and this part goes to where your ear is, and you just put them in, and they fit just like that in your ear. And surprisingly, they're extremely comfortable, extremely easy to use, and they sound pretty good. I didn't get them to go very loud on my devices. They're not like ear-shattering loud, but I got it to an enjoyable level, and they just worked really well. There was very little interference from outside things traveling with them, so the connection was decent. Again, it probably doesn't state the range. There isn't like a heck of a lot of information here. It may be actually in the manual with the ranges and everything, but they sounded decent. I would say it's a little more balanced than the other pair, sound-wise, but it's still kind of an emphasis, kind of a V shape. So most of this isn't in English. Let's see what we got here. Controls and indication. Yeah, so these supposedly have about 6 hours charge time. I'm going to say right now that I did get roughly about 5, but they didn't come fully charged. So really that would just be an estimate that it is 6. They have USB-C connectivity. We'll go over some of the specs in just a minute. I'm just trying to find somewhere in the manual where it says the range, because the other pair didn't have that either. Okay, let's see. Operating range, all right, 33 feet. So, yes, I did take it to about 33 feet. There was minimal drop-off. I can definitely say it was probably at least 40 feet before there was actually some issues with drop-off. So 33 feet sounds right to me. Usually something like this, you're not going to, take away from your body or your phone device like very far anyway. But for the sake of doing things, I'm going to, give you the range as part of the review, because it's a Bluetooth device, and all wireless devices need to have the range. So this one has a 10mm driver, which is probably why it's a little bit less bass heavy than the other one. Doesn't mean it's less fun, it's just a little more balanced. Call was decent with these. Obviously, because of the shape, there's limitations. It wasn't the best in the world, but it's got 4 microphones and it was clear. They're very lightweight, they're very comfortable. They got Bluetooth 5.1. They have a nice listening experience with these, with the extreme convenience and ease of use with these. I'm looking at some of the features. There's touch controls on these as well, by the way. Not much else. These are inexpensive. What was the price of these? Let me just scroll up to their website and see what they're priced. I think there's a coupon as well. Yeah, $26 for these. So you want to give Galaxy Buds a try. Here you got some Galaxy Bud type, and see if you like this type, because this is a new type to me, at least. I never tried these kinds before. And it's nice. You put this in your bag. I just whacked into the camera because the box fell over. I need to make space on my desk, apparently. Yeah, it did a decent performance. I thought that the calls were decent. Um, just a little bit of an issue with the volume, but that could also be my device as well. A lot of devices work differently just because it's Bluetooth 5.1 and your device supports. It doesn't mean it's going to work perfectly with every single device. Fortunately, I have Apple, Samsung, LG, and Motorola to test these out with, not to mention computer and stuff like that. Overall, it was a pleasant experience. It's got a nice kind of balanced with a bit of a bass emphasis. The shape, it's going to have limitations because of the shape, because the sounds coming out of this grill. I do not know why my lights are getting dimmer. That is just so weird. There's no dimmer on them. They just suddenly get dimmer for some reason. Probably a power issue here or something. Yeah, so it's got a nice shape. It's comfortable. It takes getting used to. You don't even know that they're in your ear after a little while. Make sure that this is facing the right direction as well. Otherwise, you're not going to get the same performance out of them. You're probably not going to hear anything. But overall, they're extremely lightweight. They sound decent, and they're very cheap. And right now, you can save $13 with them on Amazon. I'll leave that link down below. As a matter of fact, let me copy that before I forget. Wow, it's just unique. I'm going to call these the magic jelly beans that you stick in your ears, or a kidney bean. Kind of looks like a kidney bean, actually. Yeah, they're very interesting, indeed. They got some good specs on them. They got waterproof. You got all these different specs here. You got the good microphone, 4 microphones with the ENC, environmental noise cancellation, the water resistance. Definitely a secure fit, and 6-hour battery life out of these tiny things. So these would definitely make like somebody's, like, maybe you need an auxiliary pair just in case your other pair goes down from battery, and you don't feel like having a wire. These are so small. I mean, look at the size of this case. I mean, this is just tiny. You can fit this just about anywhere. I don't see any like major specs that I can read off here. Looking at the thing right now. Volume down. Just questions. Wow, it would be nice if they actually had some more information that was easier to get for you. If I do a follow-up and I do have the information for what types, I'm assuming that AAC is definitely one of them. It doesn't say there's a gaming mode. It doesn't say there's low latency like the other pair. Just a simple pair with really like natural, pure sound. It's balanced. There is a little bit of emphasis on the bass, but it's not much, especially because of the style. And the fit in your ear is going to determine what the sound sounds like anyway. If it doesn't fit in your ear well, obviously you don't get enough isolation, and that bass goes away, and then it doesn't sound like it has bass at all. It all depends on your ears. But for me, decent amount of bass, decent amount of clarity. Vocals were very, very clear. I think mids were a little bit better on this than the other pair. This was more of a mid-centered kind of thing, as opposed to the other ones, were just a really fun sound with good bass and good overall performance. These are more balanced and enjoyable. You definitely no fatigue using these whatsoever. And yeah, they're just a simple pair of wireless with some good features for cheap in this unique kind of jelly bean shape, which I personally, this is the first pair that I've ever used of this type, jelly bean style. Yeah, I like them. I really do like them. It's just really, really unique. It takes some getting used to if you're not used to this kind, if you're used to the kind that stick in your ear. But overall, yeah, pretty interesting, especially for the price. Thanks so much for watching. You can always ask me and I'll look up details, any details that you want. I'm always here to help out. And just thanks so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll see you somewhere on the internet. This one has been the E1 from Wenkey, and this is what I call a jelly bean style, galaxy bud style earphone with some pretty decent features. for under $20. Thanks so much for watching, and please be safe.